So, in the first part of the video, we had already talked about how the how the French became republic, and Louis XVI was guillotined. Louis XVI was guillotined in 1793, and there was a reign of terror between 1793 to 1794 because at that time the France was ruled by Robespierre, and Robespierre followed the policy of severe control and punishment in the whole France. Many people were guillotined, and there was a very strict implementation of the law. This was known as the Reign of Terror. This was known as the Reign of Terror. In 1794, finally, he was guillotined and he was convicted and guillotined. Then coming towards the directory rule in France. Now, after the fall of the Jacobin government, that was the Robespierre, who was the head of the Jacobin club, so middle class seized the power. After that, the power was seized by the middle class in France. New constitution New constitution was drafted and which denies rights to the non-property citizens. In this constitution also there was no equality because some people were not didn't got the right to vote, those who didn't have the property, and it provided for the two legislative councils and a directory. Directory means, like in companies we have heard that there are directors, so it was to avoid the concentration of power in one hand, and the directory was made up of five members. This was mainly to avoid the concentration of power in one hand and to provide the safeguard against concentration of power. Now, what happened? There was a constant clash between the directory and the legislative council. So there was a clash between the directory and the legislative councils, and which led to the political instability in France. Due to this instability, there was a rise of a military ruler who was known as the Napoleon Bonaparte. He was a military person, military commando, and who rose to the power. In 1804, Napoleon became the Emperor of France. He became the Emperor of France. Though all this liquidity, liberty, equality, fraternity, inspiring ideals, they motivated the political movements in France and rest of Europe. So, liberty, equality, fraternity, these ideals were spreading throughout the Europe and across the colonies also. And so this was going on, and this liberty, equality, fraternity, from where they had came? They had a link between the American Revolution, which happened in 1770 somewhere. Coming towards the what was the women's role in the French Revolution, and what was the condition of the women during that time in the France. Most women, they had no education, no job training, and only the wealthy man's daughters, the women from wealthy man houses were educated, but they're not allowed to work, and they were not allowed to marry as their own choices. So they were arranged marriage done by their families. Wages were always lower than men, and to express themselves, there was no equal right because they didn't have the right to vote even after the formation of the constitution also. And women started to get their political rights and right to equality. They started some newspaper and political clubs. That political clubs, two famous political clubs, were Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women. They demanded political equality, but 1791 constitution reduced them to passive citizens. In early years, the revolutionary government introduced a new law to improve the women life. Women life state schools were open, schooling was made compulsory for all the girls. So what was the some during the revolutionary government there were some changes in the life of the women also, that the schools were open, they were allowed to have education, there were a job training institutes were open. These were the things which were allowed for them. So, and divorce was made legal and job training for them. So I already talked about. Now, what during the reign of terror? What was the women's condition during the reign of terror? During the reign of terror, government banned all the political clubs. Government banned all the political clubs. Women's leaders were arrested and executed. Women movement for equal wages and voting right continued for 200 years, and finally right to vote the right to vote, they got the right to vote in 1946. French women got the right to vote in 1946. This was the condition of women in France during that time. They had also struggled most, and that was also the reason for the changes in the we see today in the European continent, that the women are very progressive. This is because of the changes. They are still responsible for all this. They struggle by themselves for their own rights. Coming towards the abolition of slavery. Now, slavery during that time, or earlier also, there were practicing of slavery, and mainly the col- big imperialist powers like the Europe, Britain, French, Dutch, Portuguese, they all had the colonies. In their colonies, there were big plantations, and in that plantations, they had to they required the slaves to work on the plantation, because the plantation was it requires very tedious, very hard work, and which was not if they used to spend money on that, it was not affordable to spend the money. And because at the same also, the what was the main aim of the imperialist powers was to have a profit. So if they're going to give the wages to the people, how laborers, how they will get some profit? So they want to have the maximum profit, therefore they were just practice of slave trade. Now Jacobean government, that is the Republican France, they abolished the slavery in colonies. But this slavery and the colony like Caribbean, Guadeloupe, they all supplier of tobacco, indigo, sugar, coffee. They were the supplier of all this. Now there was a slavery triangle was there. That is how the slavery triangle was working. See here, slavery triangle. The slavery triangle in the 17th century and 18th century, how it was, it was that the European merchants, that with their money, they will go to Africa. From the Africa, from the local chiefs, they will buy the slaves. The slaves will be packed in ship. They will shackled, packed in ship, and there will be a voyage for 3 month voyage across the Atlantic Ocean to the American continent. And in the American continent, they will they, in the plantations, where the plantations were there, they will sell that slaves, and from that money they will buy the sugar, coffee, indigo, and that they will take to the Europe. From there they will sell that and earn a profit. So this was how a triangle was going on: Europe to Africa, from Europe to Africa, and then Africa to America. This was how all these things were going on. Not only the French merchant, but even the Britain merchants were also doing the same. at that time. Now, the Convention of 1794, they abolished the slavery, but only for short-term measure. It was again started by the Napoleon in 1804, and finally the slavery abolished in the French colonies in 1848. 1848. Now, revolution and everyday life. So in this we are going to talk about what was the impact of the French Revolution on the everyday life. Following the 1791, French saw many changes in life of men and women. There were just various changes in the life of the men. They were exposed to the various things such as the liberty, equality, fraternity, the Declaration of Rights of Man, freedom of speech, expression. There was no censorship, abolition of censorship, because in the old regime, if you want to publish any newspaper or any pamphlet or anything, first you have to get that approved by the king, or that machinery. But there was, after this revolution, there was a abolition of this censorship, freedom of speech and expression also. Now what the conclusion coming towards the last part of this lesson, we have got it that in 1804 Napoleon, he crowned himself as the emperor of France. Now what he done after conquering the France? He conquered the neighboring country, Germany, Prussia, all these countries. Even the Britain was also at a very stake, and the war was continued for most of the years. He, wherever he conquered, Spain, Portugal, wherever he conquered, he placed his members, mm, family, his family members at the as the head of that state. And what happened in the early days when he conquered, he abolished the monarchy in that country, and he was seen as the modernization of Europe, liberator of Europe. But what happened after some time? People got it that he was placing his family members as the head of their country, and people gone against him. He also carried out various reforms wherever he gone, such as the protection of private property, uniform system for weights and measures, and various other related to the education also. And initially, he was seen as the liberator of Europe, but already I had told you, after he people started seeing him as the invader, and he was finally defeated in 1858 in Waterloo. That was at the Waterloo war. He was defeated, and one thing that, for to defeat him, all the kings of the Europe united to defeat the Napoleon, and he was sent to an island, that is Saint Helena Island, and somewhere in the Atlantic. Now, due to this Napoleon conquer, due to Napoleon warmongering, and as he conquered the various European countries, the French ideals, liberty, equality, fraternity, they spread to the whole Europe. It also had impact in India. People like Tipu Sultan, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, they responded to his ideas of revolution, and in India also it has a some effect. So, as we have completed French Revolution, so please subscribe to your channel and like and share to your friends and comment, so we know what are our defects, so we can improve. So thanks everyone for watching this.